So, everyone, after my most recent video about what if I had my own bar, I decided to make that into the start of a new epic series. Basically, me randomly letting my creative mind yap into a mic, because I just feel like that. So, now after watching all of One Piece so far, and rewatching Naruto, I was really thinking, what if there was an anime about me and my life and all my friends in it? Now, wouldn't that be fucking amazing? Yeah, it would be. So now, let's go over what a legendary captain anime would be like. So, I think you can predict this hypothetical anime is a shonen, since Naruto and One Piece were. Literally, the two examples I brought up were shonen. So yeah, as for the name, well, while me, the legendary captain, is the main character, I decided to make it a bit different since it's very much an ensemble cast. I decided to call it Honey Bubbas. I do love it when some anime arcs give spotlight to characters that aren't the main character now. Don't get me wrong, I would defeat the main villain most of the time, more on that later. As for art style, I think the art style will be incredibly flexible. So while Death Note is a great art style, it only fits for something really edgy and eerie. While my anime would no doubt be edgy, I want to have it more varied with vibes and fun, like filler or just downtime. So my ideal art style would honestly be like One Piece. And yes, One Piece is going on for God knows how long and still is. I personally love the art style of Wano, but to talk about that art style and the art style from like Water 7 to End of Pre-Time Skip, it just feels like the perfect transitional blend. But either way, my ideal art style is One Piece style. Naruto was a close second. I like Dragon Ball, especially in the 90s, but I am looking more flexibility for fight scenes, edge, vibes, and shit. But yeah, One Piece art style takes the cake here. So, for Honey Bubbas, I wanted to do I guess we'll use Harry Potter because it's the most mainstream of things, so like I'm going to say here, but the Harry Potter effect, where it starts off more casual, but gets darker and edgier, with more at stake and more lost as it goes on. A lot of series do this, but Harry Potter is the most obvious pop culture example. But yeah, character deaths, conspiracies, war crimes, gray area, and all that galore, oh hell yes. The world building would start off with just my so-called home nation of me and my small group, at first being unaware of the outside world and how large scale everything is and what's at stake. But as we know, it definitely expands in later arcs. As for where we are, well, so Naruto was the ninjas, One Piece the pirates, My Hero the superhero system, etc. So for this series, it's all about the mercenaries. You see a bunch of freelancing mercenaries doing their own shit, and I am the captain of my own small group of mercenaries at first. Hence my title, Legendary Captain. As for time period, well, it's more its own style of magic weapons like a fantasy, but modern computers and other technology incorporated. Which is a good transition to my next section. So, I'm not going super in detail here, but many different simple fighting styles, be it weapon combat with your usual swords, spears, axes, bows, and guns, magic-based fighting style, or simply throwing hands. And there are elemental effects to it, be it fire, dark, water, you get the idea. And some people work better as brute force. Some are speedsters, some are support, because they're lovers, not fighters. Some are well-rounded, and well, yeah, as for me, here's how I would describe myself. For me, your very own legendary captain, I can see myself using a bit of fire, earth, and darkness in my personal choice of elements. And I see myself as a glass cannon, so I could be very hot-headed, reckless, and impulsive. So quick for me, dishing hits, and not taking them well at all. So, also, I like katanas, they're cool, so that's my weapon of choice. Like later on, I become a fucking badass and dual-wield katanas. As for my unique powers, well, so early on, I have a superpower origin, i.e. something that would normally be lethal ends up boosting me. That being, well, I have a near-lethal heart attack from one too many energy drinks, and thus I get power boost from the energy drinks in my blood. FYI, please don't do this. Anyways, I get new powers. Every shonen has them. For me, they glowing aura like most shonen transformations. I can go from Super Bubba to Mega Bubba to Ultimate Bubba. That one would have white hair because all badass forms have white hair. As for story arcs, well, there's two major parts of the story in case you're wondering. It's like One Piece and Naruto, where both parts have arcs follow right into another timeline-wise, with no time period breaks, unlike Dragon Ball. But in the first part, there is a time skip, which leads into the second part. And yup, the post-time skip will have its own arcs. In this series, be stuff you traditionally see. Pre-time skip arcs will be like I said earlier, more small scale, and world gradually builds up with stuff like a tournament arc to help world build and introduce characters. And the villains be nowhere near as strong or really as evil as later on. And definitely not as much of a threat to the world. But pre-time skip arc shows all us heroes take Fat L after Fat L, which all those L chain events lead into post-time skip. Post-time skip arcs helps take the worlds built and enhance it with much more at stake, and since power levels are built up, the power creep is real, and the final arc ideally should be some sort of great war. And unfortunately, some side characters get sidelined, which leads into Alright, so side characters, what would I say a lot of my homies, well, they would suffer the fate of the typical non-Saiyan Z fighter or Konoha 12 from Naruto and get sidelined and power crept. Oof. So let's just get that out of the way. Some people won't get sidelined. In fact, they'll do their part taking out the secondary threats in an arc. Some would start off as villains but gradually become heroes. I fucking love it when anime does that. Really, any show. Most would be small scale and take place in one arc, but I have a certain type for sure that'll be there. Yeah, my love for Vegeta, Shadow, Sasuke, and all that stuff means I have to have my own edgy rival. I actually have the perfect friend for that. Hell, we fucking bonded IRL over Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm not even joking. But yeah, he gotta be that role. Maybe he can have an arc later on, realize how powerful I become, and starts doing some impulsive shit in hopes to catch up. As for me, well, I think another thing about me is my outfit of choice would be Hawaiian shirts, since I constantly wear them. But like Luffy, I change them per arc since I have a lot of them. As of literally last Christmas, I literally have 13 now. I am not even joking. Oh yes, the villains! Well, first I gotta have the more small scale villains, the villain organizations, the good guys who start as villains, emperors or rulers that must be taken down. Ones that in another lifetime could have been a great hero, but tragedy made them who they are. An evil clone. And, well, a dark timeline counterpart version of me. So you get the idea. And maybe, of course, having, like, evil dragons or whatever, or evil beasts, or, like, villains who are just evil because they just feel like it. Like, you get the idea. Not much here, to be honest, so. So, yeah. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making this one as well, and I guess it's all start of the new year. I'm planning on doing more What If videos soon, maybe about video games or like a movie franchise or how I would what I would be in maybe a Pokemon. I don't know. With all that said, have a great day, honey bubbas. Keep vibing.